Hi, it's Richard from Digital Media Edge, and we're down here at Center Parcs head office with the CEO of Center Parcs, Martin Dalby. We've touched on the developments over the years and how technology has affected the business of Center Parcs, and we talked a lot about the website and how that's developed from a bookings point of view, being able to book restaurants, being able to book activities. Let's move on to the buzzword at the moment, I suppose, which is social media. Every business is told they have to be on there. How do you use social media? I see you have quite a few platforms, but you say you mainly focus around Twitter, Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, I think, for a business like ours, when, people are actually on holiday, what we find these days is that people can be on Facebook on that holiday. They're telling their friends and family either A, they're having a great time, or B, perhaps something's not quite right. And so you've got to be there. You've got to be able to respond quickly. And therefore we have a team, a specific focused team of social media experts who are monitoring, all day, every day, the tweets that are coming on, the Facebook postings, all of that kind of thing, the TripAdvisor as well, to see what people are saying about Center Parcs.
Any brand mentions they'll be.
Yeah, and we obviously respond as quickly as we can with our response to particular questions. Often a lot of this stuff is really positive things. People will be tweeting us, asking us, how do I do so-and-so? And so we get back straight away and tell them and give them the answer. But yeah, it's become such a big part of what we do today because it's instant. It's instant. The guests and Facebook will know about things before I do.
Said that.
In the olden days,
you find out first.
I would get a letter in the post 3 weeks after somebody's holiday saying, we were upset that there was a mark on the carpet or something. And today it's coming in on Facebook. Whilst they're still there on holiday.
Which is a good thing and a bad thing.
Well, it's a good thing because what we do is we get onto the park and we send somebody round to the lodge and we fix whatever the problem is and give them some nice bits and pieces and make them feel okay about it all. So it's actually about nipping it in the bud, quick response, and social media gives you that ability.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about social listening and how important it is because I think when people see a tweet and a company dealing with it very quickly, I think that's such a positive spin. Like you say, anything negative can be.
I mean, the other real fascinating thing, and I think this is something about the brand Center Parcs and probably the scale of the following and all of that. But sometimes we'll have someone will go on, say, Facebook and say something perhaps not too kind about the business, but oh my word, within seconds 500,000 other people come piling in and defending Center Parcs. So we don't need to respond on some of those because our existing customers actually do it for us.
Do you think that scares businesses, Martin, the fact that it is so instant?
I think it's we're lucky because
you have the positive
we've got a good business. I know we've got a good business. We give great customer service and only rarely does things go wrong. Things of course do go wrong, it's the real world, but it's only on rare occasions. And so we're very confident about being able to be out there on social, knowing that for 99 times out of 100 it's going to be a positive comment.
Definitely. And then social, let's talk a bit about social content in general, because obviously, like you say, people are away, they're on holiday, so they naturally want to share this with their friends. So what you were saying earlier was you like to be involved in that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot
not butting in all the time, but just
a lot of our guests, maybe they, producing videos while they're on holiday, because these, a Center Parcs holiday is about memories with the family. So taking photographs, producing videos and things, and so a lot of that, it comes out on social, whether that be through Facebook.
You'll use your platforms.
We will use it and share it. And we've had over the years, competitions, sort of favourite, Christmas photo at Center Parcs, all kinds of things, and again using social to make all those
I saw
things
the snow ones
work
that you put up.
They're great, absolutely.
You want snow? These are the village pictures of the snow.
Absolutely.
It was really good, and it shows. I think you've got a level of understanding then of your audience, haven't you?
I think the key thing is that we're not using social as a pure hard sell kind of vehicle. That would not be right. I know some companies I think maybe think a little bit like that.
It's broadcasting.
That's not us. The majority of what you see on social will be either guest generated or it'll be fantastic stories that we've put on there about people who've had a great experience at Center Parcs, or new activities. Let's say we introduce something new, we'll tell everybody about it through social. Fantastic. And that's not really selling, that's just creating awareness.
It's being social, it's what you do.
It's creating awareness.
It's what you do in a room of people, that's what I say. If you went in a room of people, you wouldn't just sell straight to them, would you? You'd talk to people.
You'll get the odd thing will come up that'll say, spa day, £100 and things like that. Because you do use it for those kind of reasons, but it's not the main thing.
And does the team vary from platform to platform? Because again, it's something we see a lot where someone will put a tweet out, then put exactly the same thing out on Facebook, exactly the same thing out on all the platforms. Do you think it's
I think there's a bit of that goes on. It's probably inevitable. Certainly with some of the copy, if it's really good copy, you want to get it out across as many platforms as you can.
Yeah.
But we have an integrated social media team who are looking after all these different channels. So hopefully, it's not every time.
And where do you think it's going for holiday companies and social media?
It's just, who knows? Where's it going for the world?
The airlines have had some nightmares where people have complained and not reacted. But
I think if you in our position, which as I say, we're very confident about the degree of customer service that we give, then it's there, and you've got to embrace it. And let's face it, the next generation of Center Parcs customers are the young children of today, who for them, your Facebook and all of that is just absolute meat and veg, isn't it? So
I think the Americans talk about it very well by creating raving fans, because they know a raving fan will do more marketing than you ever could, because they tell everybody about it.
We used to say, and I remember this years ago, that in the early days of internet and all of that, you don't come to Center Parcs to be on your computer and all of that, or on your BlackBerry. You come away to Center Parcs to get away from all these things that happen in our business lives, and you come away to spend time with your family. That was probably the case 10 years ago, but not today, because today technology is now a part of our total life. And
you were saying Wi-Fi is something you brought
absolutely.
in.
We didn't. We used to have Wi-Fi in exec villas only. It was seen as a bit of a differentiator. Today, we're busy rolling out Wi-Fi to every single area on the park, because you can download our mobile app, and if you've got Wi-Fi, you can make bookings. You can go on social media with your tablet and talk about your experience at Center Parcs. Everybody wants to be connected.
There's a benefit for the guest and for the company.
There is, and we're now starting to introduce. We've got handheld little tools that the maintenance guys use. So when they go to a lodge and they can log a job if there's a maintenance issue, and it's all done via the Wi-Fi in the lodge and all of that. So it's helping the business, as well as obviously the guests.
And from a technical point of view, how hard is it? Because nearly all the parks are in a remote location.
It's very hard. The central buildings, of course, are easy, but the lodges there out in the trees, extremely difficult. Getting good signals, it's a massive investment, and we're having to be quite creative, using things like the TV coax cables and all kinds of things to get the broadband into the units.
Fabulous. Right, well, we'll move on to the final part, which will be about mobile. Obviously, the eyes and ears of everybody now seem to be on the smartphone, so let's talk about that in the last part if we can.
Okay.